Welcome back to the Traders Network. Michael Yorba, your host, broadcasting to you live on the KFXR 1190 AM Clear Channel Studios, iHeart Radio app, and YorbaMedia.com. Nick Santiago, President, CEO in the Money Stocks, with us today. All right, Nick, how you been, buddy?
I'm doing well, Michael. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure, my pleasure. How'd the room go?
We had a great room today. We closed out a couple of swing trades for some profits, and we had about 4 scalp trades that were winners and 1 small loser. We did lose. I did lose 33 cents on Xilinx today.
Wow. Okay, yeah, 33 cents. After all of the winning that you did, if you didn't lose at least once, they think we're lying.
It's true. and to be honest, Michael, we hit this ticker symbol CLB this morning for $2.30 in literally 3 minutes right at the opening bell.
Oh, my gosh. I'm looking at it right now. Tell everybody where it started and where it ended up in the gap. Started yesterday and then ended up today in the gap.
Yeah, today we had the gap down, and right off the bat, we had put out the gap levels today before the market even opens, and our traders jumped on board right at 196.70. We got a $2.50 bounce. I locked in $2.30, and just literally, less than 5 minutes. It was pretty incredible. You could see the bounce if you look at the chart. But and it even bounced up further than that. But we're just looking to take a bite out of the market each and every morning. And right now, with earnings season in play, we're having gap plays galore. I mean, every day now we're probably going to have 4, 5, 6, 7 gap setups a day. So traders should come over to the intraday stock chat and check it out.
Yeah, definitely. All right. You have a couple of stock symbols I've never seen. What is the first one? ITB, is that right?
Yeah, ITB. This is actually an ETF for the home builders. So a lot of traders right now are talking about the home builder stocks. I know they're having a pretty good session today. You have stocks like Toll Brothers up $1, other stocks like D.R. Horton up $1.70. Lennar Corp is up $1.22. But when I'm looking at this is just a dead cat bounce. These home builders should go lower, and I'm expecting this ITB to trade down to around 21.65, 21.60. So I think we're just looking for a pattern here, a little bit more of a sideways move, and we're going to look to short this and actually short some individual home builders, and ultimately we'll cover the trade when this ITB gets down to around $21.65. Currently it's trading at around $24 right now.
Any names on those home builders you want to bring up for consideration?
Well, I think they could all. I think they all travel like birds of a feather that flock together. So whether it's Toll Brothers, D.R. Horton, Lennar, which is LEN, I think they're all going to go lower. So right now it's just a matter of time. But one thing I would say, traders should look at the weaker home builder stocks, and one that's looking pretty weak to me right now is KB Home. So if we get a nice pattern on that, that's one we would pick on for the short side. And that home builder is vulnerable to drop down to around $13.50. Right now it's at $16.55.
Are you thinking that we're going to be finding a buying opportunity on this pullback, or this is just an impulse wave, and we'll just be looking to find a lower high to do it again for a little while?
Yeah, I think right now we're just going to look to sell this industry group at the moment. But there'll be a time when I'll go in and buy this industry group as well. I mean, there's 2014, although it's not a bullish year, there's still going to be plenty of bounces, and that's what makes it a really good trading year.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get. We're selling the rallies on a lower trend that could last for a little while is what I'm
Right, yeah. Sell the rallies on any home builders. You want to sell the rallies, and then when we get to ultimate target, that would be a place that we would buy. So, for instance, when you're looking at the ITB, I would look to get in on the long side around 21.50.
Okay, got it. That's going to be a little ways. All right, then T-Mobile.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about all of these telecoms today, all of these mobile carriers. T-Mobile I'll start off with because I think they are hurting all the rest of the stocks in the sector. I actually have a T-Mobile phone myself, and I think it's pretty good. But ultimately, this stock right now is looking a little bit vulnerable, but a level I do like it is around 25.77. Now, I wouldn't go short the stock just yet. You need to see more of a setup. But when this stock, I believe, is probably one of the better stocks in the industry group, when this gets to around $25.75, $25.80, maybe even $26, you can own this equity for a while. So I think this is a good one to own. And the level you want to own it is right around $26.
Okay, Sprint.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about Sprint a little bit too, since we're going to focus on this whole entire sector. Sprint has been coming down, and I expect it to go lower. Do not get involved with Sprint until it trades another $1.10 lower. You're going to look for $7 on Sprint. That's going to be where the institutions should come in and support this equity. You could trade it there for a decent, $1 or $2 bounce.
Okay, and the big boy, AT&T.
Yeah, we go to AT&T. You'll see that recently the stock has had a move, and today it's just getting hammered. I believe they had earnings, yesterday. This stock should fall lower. I'm expecting this to get to around $33 initially on this decline and then bounce around. But ultimately, I do think that AT&T is going to trade all the way down to around the $30 level. That's where you could get involved with AT&T, not before.
Whoa. I have to fade back to a weekly chart to get where that last low, $30.
That's where it's going.
That's breaking the lows of 2012, man. I'm sorry, the
most recent
winter
lows.
The winter lows of 2012.
Yeah. That should make new lows. You're going to see if you look at that chart right there, and even if you go back.
Wow. That's gonna really put somebody on the rear with this one.
Yeah, this stock it's done. It's done. But $30, hey, that's going to be a buying opportunity.
Okay, now there's a silver lining. Okay, so that's where you think the institutions are going to come in, and we ought to be, pulling the trigger at that point.
$30, that's where you load up into the stock, and you play it for, a pretty solid bounce. It could give you a bounce back to $35. Okay,
and then the last one, Verizon.
Yeah, Verizon, this is another one that's, taking it on the chin today. So if you take a look at the stock today, it's trading down $1.20. This is a brutal sell-off of the stock. I mean, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, $1.20, but this stock's not that big of a mover. The level you want to get in on this one, because it does have further downside to go, in my opinion, would be first around, you'll get a little bit of support around 44, maybe 43. But ultimate target on this to the downside is around $38. And that's where you could step up to the plate on Verizon and play this for, probably multi-month play to the long side.
Wow. Another tremendous opportunity. Okay, I see that. And that's at somewhere around that November low of last year. Get it?
Yeah. In fact, you'll see that that was really around $38.50 was basically, if you go back to April of 2012, where the stock broke out. So markets, generally love to go back and retest their old levels. They have friends at that area, and they just want to visit them.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Now, we're through with those. What about the general atmosphere of the stock market? Because you guys trade that too.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're kind of what we call a limbo period. The market's a little bit indecisive. We're waiting on pattern. We started to initiate a couple of shorts out there. We've also had some long plays out there. Today I closed out half of my Whole Foods trade, and I'm still holding some of it at the moment, the second half. But it's really just a trader's market at the moment. Ultimately, Michael, I'm bearish for 2014. I've been open about that, and I've told you that. But now, whenever you get these bounces, you just got to really coordinate where the next sell-off is going to begin. And we're still waiting on pattern before we really get aggressive on the short side now.
Do you have any threshold levels for either breakout and we've all got faked out and it goes up, or down the downside to give you some kind of a confirmation that we could be falling? And if we do fall off, because a lot of the people have been on the shows that look more likely bearish than bullish, targets for how low do you think it could go?
Well, I think the spiders could go down to 165. If you're looking at the S&P 500 cash, I think if we take out the most recent pivot low, which was just made about 10 trading days ago on April 11th, I think the market is very vulnerable, the S&P 500 that is, down to the 1700, 1650 level.
That'll shake them up.
Yeah, and if that level fails, I mean, I have further levels to go, but we have to get to one spot before we can look at the next.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we got to toddle off here and move along. But before we do, please tell everybody how to get in and see these wonderful trades that you pull off every single day.
Yeah, come on over to InTheMoneyStocks.com. I mean, we offer a 7-day free trial, Michael. Our track record is up there. I mean, people could look. I think we're at 49 winners with 5 losers right now for the year. So, and that's on a swing trade basis. Scalp trades, I mean, we pull off 4 or 5 scalps a day on average. So come on over to the chat room, take out a 7-day free trial there. Check it out for yourself.
Nothing like you in the world, man. Thanks.
Thank you, Michael. Have a great day.
You too. Nick Santiago, President, CEO, InTheMoneyStocks.com. You best go take a look at what he does, because you probably won't see this ever again with these guys that I bring on the show here. All right, Todd.